Hello and welcome to the 2023 Black Canyon Race Brief Runners. I'm so very excited to welcome you. My name is Jubilee Page. I'm your host and race director for this year's event, and we have got an incredible race week planned for you this year. We are going to go through all of the information that you will need. So we're going to give you a quick rundown of all of the information for race week, the Friday before, so the race expo, and what to expect on race day. If there are any questions, you are always welcome to email us at info@aravaiparunning.com before race day. But we're going to go ahead and I'm going to take you through the runner guide. You guys have not yet checked out our website. A lot of this information, all this good information for runners, race info, course info, all of that is going to be found on our website, Aravaipa Running at Black Canyon. But the most up-to-date info is going to be in your 2023 runner guide. And if you are bringing crew and pacers or spectators, anything like that, you can check out our crew guide as well. There's tons of information and directions and things like that. So we're going to take you through these bits of information. And if you have not read the runner guide yet, this is a great opportunity just to kind of stick me on in the background and listen as I go through all of the information you're going to need for race day. So again, if you have not checked out all of the information, logistics, things like that, go ahead and check it out on the website or go through your 2023 runner guide. We will go through it together today. All right, so here's your 2023 runner guide. It is the most up-to-date information for this year. Your race is going to be taking place next Saturday, February 18th, and Sunday for the 60K, February 19th. We travel from Spring Valley, where it's Mayer High School, all the way down to Emory Henderson. It's a point-to-point incredible course on the Black Canyon National Recreation Trail. This is going to be our 10th running this year, so it's really exciting. We've been operating for 10 years, and it grows each year, and the race gets more exciting with all of the elite participation. It is a golden ticket race and a Western States qualifier again this year, so we're very excited to host some incredible athletes coming up next weekend. Some of the basics, if you look on the very first page, a quick look will just give you the dates and locations of your start line. Your cutoff for the 100K is going to be 20 hours. The 60K is 12-hour cutoff. Your Western States qualifier cutoff is 17 hours. So if you are in the 100K, you have 17 hours to complete the 100K, and then you are then qualified to enter the lottery for the Western States Endurance Run. Your finish location, the 100K, ends at Emory Henderson Trailhead. It is point to point. And then for the 60K, you will stop at Rock Springs, which is just north of the Rock Springs Cafe in Black Canyon City. So both courses point to point on the Black Canyon Trail. I'm going to touch on a little bit of the Runner Expo. We're very excited to host. Once again, we are presented by Hoka. So we are hosting Hoka this year, and they are just bringing all of the fun stuff this year. So they are going to host a pre-race shakeout run at the Expo. 10 a.m. So it's 1 hour before the expo actually opens. So if you want to get a quick preview of the course, you're going to run from the Black Canyon Trail, from the actual trailhead at the Black Canyon, and you're going to, I think, run to the river and back. So this kind of gives you a nice little preview of the course. It gives you a preview of the river and the depth of the water out there. And it's just a cool way to kind of kick off your weekend. So before the expo, go ahead and join Hoka for their shakeout run at 10 a.m. on Friday. And then we kick off everything else at 11 a.m. So that is when runners are able to pick up their packets to kind of come and enjoy the shop and our sponsor booths. We have Soul Sports there that will be on site for any last minute things that you might need. and nutrition, things like that. And then Hoka is also going to host an elite athlete panel. So we've got some of our top elite athletes ready to answer some questions pre-race before their golden ticket chase. That's going to start at 1 p.m. with the ladies panel, and then we've got 1:30 for the men's panel. So from 1 to 2 p.m., if you're in and around Rock Springs, you want to pick up your packet, you want to explore that expo, and then join us for the elite athlete panel. We've also got a bar on site and a restaurant on site at the Rock Springs Cafe. So join us on the 17th, Friday, from 11 to 7. Lots of opportunity just to kind of mingle about and get ready for your race day. All right, let's move on. Again, like I said, it's your ticket to Western for this race. Black Canyon Ultras has been part of the Western States qualifier for several years now, and we're very excited to once again host a Western States qualifier and then also a golden ticket race. So the top 2 men and top 2 women will be awarded automatic entries for the 2023 Western States 100 race this year. All right, just some basic race rules that we have. I want to go over these. If, again, you've never raced with Aravaipa Running, we do basically want to take care of our trails. We want to take care of the environment and certainly ensure that we can continue to run on these trails. So we're just going to go over the rules really quick. This is a closed course, so we're going to follow the course as marked in the direction that it's marked. So cutting or deviating or taking a road that is not marked but comes back to the trail. If you get off course at all, you'd have to rejoin the trail from the place that you deviated. So just make sure that you follow the course markings on race day and you'll be good to go. Of course, we want you to observe trail etiquette during the race, just making sure that you're alert to other runners, or even this is a public and national use trail, so there are equestrians that use it, bike riders, and so just make sure that you are observing that trail etiquette and allowing equestrians to pass as needed. Pets are not considered pacers. Pets are unfortunately not allowed on the Black Canyon Trail. We do allow pets at aid stations. If your crews have a dog or anything like that, they are pet friendly. Those pets need to remain on a leash, but they are not allowed on the course with you, so they're not allowed as your pacer or anything like that. So no dogs on the course. Littering is strictly prohibited as well. This also means organic waste, bananas, orange peels. I have been to several races where a runner will take a watermelon and bite into it and then toss it into the desert. Please, please, please do not do that. These things do not decompose as you would imagine how quickly they would. They don't. And so it is considered littering, and we don't want to see that, and we want to be good stewards of the trail. So make sure that whatever trash that you have, either carry it with you and dispose of it at the next aid station, or dispose of your trash at the aid station before you leave. Trekking poles are allowed, not a problem. You are welcome to use those. Remember, for the 100K, you're going to see most of the elevation gain and hills in the second half of this course. So after Black Canyon City, you're gonna go down and across the river and enjoy this incredible but very, very long climb. So trekking poles, if that aids you and it will help you, absolutely feel free to use those. Please be respectful of our volunteers and our officers, public trail users, park rangers, race staff, just kind of all around. We want everyone to have a very positive experience at this race, and that includes everyone working, everyone making sure that this race can happen. So if just make sure that you're respectful and have a great race. Let's see. Runners for the 100K, this is specific to the runners for the 100K. 100K runners who drop at the 60K finish, which would be at Black Canyon City, are not awarded a 60K finish, if that makes sense. So a DNF is a DNF, and all drops, regardless of where they're at, will be recorded as a DNF. So you are not allowed to run a 60K and then count it as a 60K or drop down after you have started the race. So if you do want to, for 100K, if you do want to drop down before the race, you are still allowed to do that. You can do that at packet pickup on race expo day. All right, cutoffs are enforced based on gun time. That means when the gun goes off at 7 a.m., all of the cutoff times at aid stations, and then your final cutoff time will be based on that gun time. It's not when you cross the mat, it's when that starting gun goes off. Okay. Official time is based on gun time as well, but it is also per wave. So we do have 3 waves for the 100K. So that means if you start at 8 a.m., then your finish time will be 4 a.m., and everything is adjusted per wave. Okay. Buckles are awarded based on chip time. So 100K, if you do finish your 100K and you come in just a couple minutes after the final cutoff, but it is a couple minutes before you actually hit that starting mat, then we will still award you that buckle for finishing. Yeah. All right, a couple things about trail running and trash. Again, please do not litter on our trails. We love our trails. I love especially this Black Canyon National Recreational Trail is very close to my heart. The Black Canyon Trail Coalition are the volunteers responsible for keeping up and maintaining that trail and doing all the trail work, and they go out and they trim all the fauna and the flora before this race, and so they do put in a lot of hours of their own personal time to take care of this trail. And so we want to be able to, as runners and as users of this trail, to make sure that we leave it better than we left it. So just make sure and be mindful. If you see trash on the trail, please be a good steward and pick up that trash and carry it with you. One of my friends, Chris Warden, actually has a great hack where he takes a little zippy bag and along the trail, he will start to pick up trash and put that in the little zippy bag. And even like if he uses something, then he puts it in the zip bag and closes it. That way it's not free floating trash that may just fall out of your vest, because I understand how that might happen. But just be very conscious about using any of the things on your trail and tucking it away after you used it. So this is a cupless race. Okay, so we do want to talk about this as well. My aid station crew I'm going to shout out to my aid station crew because they are incredible women. And they have made sure that each and every one of you is going to have a great experience at our aid stations. But I do want to stress that we do not have cups on course this year. So, if this is your first time running a cupless race, we do have cups available for sale at the expo and then also online that you can pre-order. But it doesn't have to be this specific cup. These are great because you just kind of crunch them up and put them in your vest. But if you have a spare cup or flask or anything like that you just want to toss in for other hydration, including Coca-Cola, including Gatorade, anything like that, you're going to use your own cup. And the reason we do that is because we have 9 aid stations on course this year. And if every single person used a cup at each one of the aid stations or even a couple cups, it just starts to add up. And we do not want to contribute to our landfill more than we have to. And so we've decided that something that our runners can do to help us give back and make sure that we maintain our trails is to bring their own cup, and we will fill it to your heart's desire. We have everything that you need as far as electrolytes and soda and hot drinks and whatever it is. But please use your own cup as you go along throughout the course, because we do not have cups that are disposable for you at the aids this year. Okay. TerraCycling, we do partner with GOO once again this year, and we do have GOO at each one of our aid stations. But if you are using those GOO gels or Stroop waffles or whatever it is, we do have TerraCycling containers at each aid station for you to drop off those wrappers. So it's a great kind of like non-recyclable materials, whatever it is. Put that in there, and then we ship that off to GOO, and they do wonderful things with them. So just another way to maintain our trails and the beautiful places that we get to run. All right, let's move on to the starting location and kind of the starting process of the 100K, and then we'll also talk about the 60K as well. So both races are going to start from Mayer High School. This is up in Spring Valley. Your start location will be up at the high school. You can go to our maps online, or you can use this map for reference as well. It'll show you the race course. It'll also show you kind of like the shuttle process. Inside the crew guide, and I'll show you really quick, also references parking. So you can see that there is absolutely going to be no parking inside the Mayer High School area. We cannot allow it because we have so many buses traveling through, and so it's going to be kind of a busy traffic area. If your crew or spectators, families, whatever, do want to watch the start, there are a couple of places that they can park. I believe this is a CVS right as you enter, with several spots. We've also got limited spots in and around the library and the church that is right across the way. So you're welcome to park here. Please be mindful that there are not a lot of parking. So this is like crew, spectators. If you want to come and watch, you're welcome to do so. Otherwise, we ask that you follow the shuttle route and drop your runner, and then go find somewhere else to park, and then you can walk in. Unfortunately, because it's such a small area, we can't allow, with the amount of runners that we have, we don't have places for you to park. So we do encourage every runner to utilize our shuttle system. The reason we do this is because it's only about 10-minute ride from the finish line to Anthem outlets, and that way you are like right there by your car once you finished your race. So the buses will be starting in the morning, and we have several waves of buses departing that will bring you up to Mayer High School. Okay. So we're going to just talk about really quick runner drop-off. We kind of went through the waves is in 30-minute increments. This is for the 100K only. The runner waves will be assigned to you, and you will have a link to look at your wave. If you were assigned to the incorrect wave, you're welcome to email us at info@aravaiparunning.com. But we do want to be able to kind of space everyone out along the trail, because very quickly you connect to a single track, and it kind of helps with the traffic throughout the morning. So on Saturday for the 100K, wave one, which is anyone looking at kind of a fast to elite. If you are an elite and you are looking to chase the golden ticket, you have to be in wave one. So that wave one is specific for anyone chasing that golden ticket, any elite runner, any runner who is looking for a PR and a very fast 100. You are welcome to jump in that very first wave. We have about a space for about 300 runners per wave this time around. So It'll be give or take 300 runners in each wave, which is really exciting. So you'll have lots of energy, lots of friends joining you for your wave. When you arrive, if you still need to pick up your bib and you didn't get it at the expo, you're welcome to do so. I'll kind of zoom in here. Up. All right. So buses are going to come in. They're going to drop you off. You're welcome to pick up your bibs here. You do have restrooms on site that will be available to you as well. We have heaters out in the morning, but I do want to stress that in the morning, Arizona is very chilly, and especially up north, it's going to be considerably a little bit more chilly. Always for the morning before the sun rises in at this race specifically, people are quite cold. So what we've designed is if you arrive, you are welcome to wear warm-ups. If you want to go to Goodwill, if you have some old sweats that you want to wear, go ahead and bundle and layer and put on all of the warm clothes. We will give you that morning a drop bag. Essentially, it will be a white bag that you can write your name and your bib number on, and then all of those bags get transferred to the finish line. So all of your warm-ups, it's basically a warm-up bag. You go ahead and toss up all of your warm-ups right before the finish. You're going to throw them in the football field, and then we will transport them for you. So feel free to layer in the morning. It will be cold. So if you need to pick up your bibs or anything like that, pick up your warm-up bag. That's going to be right here in the front of the high school. We will have kind of a waiting area with heaters for you to kind of like corral and get to know everybody in your wave. And then about 10 minutes before your start, I'm going to bring you up into the corral. This is going to be up at the high school track. And when we say go, everyone is going to run pretty much three quarters away around the track, and then to the back of the high school, and then out into Spring Valley. So that is how our start is going to operate. Again, just be mindful and prepare for race morning. If you have not yet bought a shuttle ticket, please buy a shuttle ticket that will get you to the high school on time. And make sure that you are in the right wave, because your timing chips on your bibs will be specific to your wave. And dress warmly. That's the best advice I got. Like just make sure that you're warm and ready to go on race day, and we will take care of the rest. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's talk a little bit about the course. Again, like I said, this course, the Black Canyon National Recreation Trail, is, I think, one of the gems in Arizona. It is absolutely so pretty, and just gives you an incredible tour of high desert, and you get little oases like within the river crossings. You've got saguaro cactus and saguaro forests that you travel through. It's so beautiful, and I'm so excited. Anybody who has not run the desert yet, you're really in for a treat. This is such a beautiful race, especially like in the morning at sunrise. You know, there's a section from Antelope Canyon all the way down to Hidden Treasure and Bumblebee, and the way the sun hits the valley is really breathtaking. So just enjoy this course. I think it really is. It's a highlight of our races here at Aravaipa Running, and I'm very excited for each one of you to experience it. If you want kind of a preview of the course a little bit, you can read through the runner guide and kind of get an idea of the terrain, but really what you're going to tell me at the end of your race is how many rocks there were, and that's totally fine. I add them every year. So I do that for you because I care about your experience running this incredible terrain. So I add a couple rocks each year just for you. So please feel special as I do that, as kind of a personal love letter during this time. Depending on rainfall, the water crossings may or may not have water. You're going to cross the Agua Fria three times during the 100K race, and then once during the 60K race. And lucky, you guys, you have some water this year. So we just did our last training run. It was about knee high at some of the water crossings, but I think it'll be much more manageable this time around. Depending on the weather, if you guys check the weather, make sure you kind of keep it tuned, because the weather for Black Canyon sometimes surprises us. But you will, based on the rainfall from the last month to now, have a little bit of water. So enjoy it, because those water crossings are too fun. Alrighty. Course markings. Yeah, let's talk about course markings. If you have never run an Aravaipa race before, we are very specific with our course markings, especially anytime we ask you to turn, we do so obnoxiously. That means we have big signs that say turn this way with big arrows and all the things. We tend to overmark this course, so make sure that you are aware that our course markings are orange, and what I say is orange, of course, is the course. So if you think orange, of course, you're on course. If you cannot see the orange, then think polka dots, because it is an orange ribbon with polka dots. Polka dots are positive, so that means you are going the right way. If you see blue or white checkered ribbon, check yourself. That is the wrong way. So any checkered ribbon, check yourself. Once again, turn around. You've gone the wrong way. Look for the polka dots. Polka dots are positive. Orange, of course, is your course. There you go. Okay, any turns, anything that we ask you to get off of course or off of the single track and onto a Jeep track, you're kind of go back and forth between the two. We're going to do so, again, obnoxiously with big laminated signs and arrows. We also, during the night, have reflectors. So make sure that if you are wearing a headlamp, that headlamp is going to assist you in finding your course markers, because we will have reflective course marking. After sunset, you'll start to see those along the way. We mark everything about every 2/10 of a mile, possibly, or a quarter of a mile. So you should be able to see those on a regular basis, at least once every quarter mile. If you don't, you'll see them more, because again, we overmark the scores. Anything else? Race strategy is always fun. I will say one of the biggest things I see every single year is that it's so easy to go out fast. There's a lot of energy at the starting line. The first several miles are so very runnable because you run through town, then you hit a dirt road before you hit the single track. And then once you hit the single track, oh my gosh, it's so fun. The first, I would say, 18, 19 miles is a blast. It's so easy to run, because once you hit mile 8, you also go downhill and you just roll for like 4.5 miles, and it is a blast. But please pay attention to whatever you've trained for and the pace that you have designed for your body to go. I know it's a lot of fun and I know it's tempting, but make sure that you are that you're just aware that it's really easy to go fast, and then by the afternoon you're like, oh my gosh, what did I do? Because again, the most elevation gain that you're going to have is going to be in the second part of this race. So save your energy and just be mindful that you're going to do some incredible climbing, and all of the rocks and all of the lovely things that I put out there for you are going to be in that second half of the race for the 100K. Alrighty? So that is my biggest piece of advice. Don't go too fast at the start. All right. Again, some really good information as far as like needs to know, right? You have entered the Wild West. And what I mean by that is we have several road crossings through the course. The single track crosses the country roads many times. And we will, to the best of our ability, have officers there to assist and make sure that we are controlling traffic, that we are making sure that everybody is crossing safely. However, I do also want each runner to make sure that they are practicing crossing the road just like they would in the city or in any kind of area, that they look both ways before crossing and then cross the road. Please, please be safe, because some of these country roads are heavily trafficked by recreational vehicles, by OHVs, and Jeeps, things like that. So just make sure that you stop, you look before you cross, and then we will, as much as we can, have officers out there to help you. Again, we have entered the Wild West, and so you will see free-range cattle out in the desert. It is part of a rich history that we have free-range grazing out there by herds of cattle. Do not worry. Most of the time, I would say 99% of the time, cows are totally harmless. If they have babies, please do not pet the babies. That's all. Mamas, will be like, hey, don't do that. Yeah, so there you go. We got cows, we've got gates. We also have shooting ranges. One of the biggest ones is going to be at Table Mesa. So we do want to preface and kind of warn you a little bit that you'll start to hear rifles and gunshots as you start entering the Table Mesa area once you pass that Agua Fria the third time. So after that third river crossing, as you come into Table Mesa, you'll start to hear gunshots and gunfire. I don't want you to be alarmed. They're never facing the actual trail. There are dedicated ranges out there for recreational shooters. So it's kind of all built into the aesthetic of the race at this point. But if you've never experienced anything like that, I don't want you to worry, because they do not point toward the trail. Okay. All right. Running in the dark, this just kind of gives you a really good, depending on your pace, depending on your finish range, what to expect and where to put your headlamp. If you're going to carry your headlamp the entire way, awesome, great. If you want to put it in the drop bags, this kind of just gives you a good idea of which drop bag to place it in. So whether that's going to be Bumblebee or Black Canyon City. Okay. Dropping from the race. Don't drop from the race. This is a great race. Just keep going. However, if there's something that causes you not to finish this race, I implore you, please do not walk off the course. Whatever you do, if you're going to drop from the race, you have to do it in two manners. I have only two rules. You're going to do it at an aid station, and you're going to tell my aid station volunteers. So we have ham radio volunteers, operators that can communicate that drop to us, and they will also make sure that you have a ride to either your next crew stop or to your vehicle, whatever it is. But please don't walk off the course. Please do not call your crew to come and get you off the course or on a road or anything like that, because it is on. We want to make sure that you are that you're accounted for, that you're safe, and that if you're going to step off a course, that we know about it. So those are my only two rules. Please drop at an aid station, and please tell someone. So you're going to tell one of my volunteers. Okay. Again, double check the weather for race day. It is kind of a swing, so we have seen temperatures in the 30s, 40s. It is colder than you think. So if you're coming up from up north, whether you're from Canada, whether you're from Wisconsin, whether you're from, whatever, please know that a desert cold is still very cold at 40 degrees. I'm a Midwest girl. I didn't think it would be cold. It is cold, I promise. You'll feel it, especially race morning. So just double check the weather and plan. If it gets hot during the day, if you're feeling that desert sun, we do have ice and extra additional water on course to kind of to keep you cool, to keep you going throughout the day. Okay. MedStar Solutions has been with us for the last several years. We love them so much because they know this course, they know this race. They will be your essentially first responders. So if you get into trouble, if you need medical assistance, if you find a runner on the trail that needs medical assistance, please call the number. You can plug it into your phone here. It's 480-269-4126. This number is also printed on your bibs and on your pacer bibs. So if you get into trouble, please don't call 911. We will call 911 if needed, but don't call 911 because they don't know where you are. Our staff, our team, our MedStar Solution volunteers and staff are very, very familiar with this race, and so they're going to be able to get to you much quicker. Okay, it's just about safety. We just want to make sure you guys have a great race. That's all we're doing. If you guys want to look at the elevation profile, if you click either online or within the race guide, you're going to be brought to a CalTopo. This CalTopo can be uploaded and loaded either a GPX on your watch, on your phone, however you want to do it. But here is your course. And this is just kind of a cool way to visualize the race, to visualize the course, to see where the aid stations are, to see where the river crossings are. You can also see that. Here's your Agua Fria. You're going to cross it before aid station, Black Canyon City, and right after. And then you've got this lovely climb. It's so fun. You guys are going to have such a blast, I swear. Okay, so here's your map. Boop, boop. And if you want to look at the elevation profile, anything like that, you can also view that in your runner guide. You're going to notice that this is a net downhill race. But again, like I said, you're going to start climbing. The most elevation that you're going to get is going to be after Black Canyon City. You're going to have a little bit of climb before Black Canyon City, but here's Black Canyon City. And then right away after that river crossing, here's this beautiful climb. Yeah, it's a dream. You guys are going to love it. So just be mindful, study your profile, do your homework, and it'll be great. You'll have a great time. Here are your wave starts for the 100K and the cutoffs for each aid. Again, if you start an hour after the first start, all of those cutoff times are adjusted. So your final cutoff, if you're in wave 3, is going to be at 4 a.m. So everybody gets the same amount of time. So your final cutoff is going to be 20 hours, whether you start at 7 o'clock, 7:30, or 8 o'clock. Okay? Same thing for the Western States qualifier. 17 hours is your aim for that. 60K. 60K, here is your course. Again, net downhill. The one thing that we did change for this year, 60K, we did have 2 waves planned. I have now switched that to a 1 wave. We have about 400 runners. I think it's going to be tons of fun to have you guys all start at the same time. So you have 1 wave. So just be mindful in your planning. If you're catching the bus at Black Canyon City for that shuttle, if your crew is taking you anywhere, if they're going to meet you along the way, just make sure that they also know it is 1 wave. You're going to start at 7 a.m. And then you have 12 hours to make it to Black Canyon City. Alrighty. Gosh, this is fun. Are you guys having fun? I'm having fun. Okay, here we go. Drop bags. Let's talk about drop bags. If you guys want to bring your drop bags, you're available. You can have them available at 4 different aids, 3 different aids really, and then the finish line. So that's going to be Bumblebee Ranch. It's about mile 19. Then your Black Canyon City, it's just past halfway, so it's about mile 37. And then Table Mesa, mile 55. And all of these are crewable as well. So your crews can bring your drop bags. If you do not have crews, you're welcome to have your drop bags there. All I ask is that you label them with the aid station that it's going to, your name, and your bib number. That's all. And then we will take care of the rest. One thing I do want to let you know is that you can bring your drop bags to the expo. I highly recommend that you do that. That way, it is already set. You know it's ready to go for race day. And it kind of alleviates my cruise because we have 1,000 runners coming. Almost 1,000 runners running the 100K alone. So it just makes sure that we can handle all of the drop bags coming our way at each aid station and we can be accurate. So please, please, if you can and plan ahead, bring all of your drop bags to the expo and then we will have those preset for you before race day. It's great. It's a great plan. Okay. Cruise, again, can be crewed at Bumblebee, Black Canyon, and Table Mesa. These 3 stations only. And the reason we do that is because we have enough parking and enough infrastructure in and around those areas to support all of the crews for 1,000 runners. We ask that if you are spectating, if you're crewing, whatever it is, you are restricted to those 3 aid stations and only those 3 aid stations. So you cannot spectate any of the other aid stations along the way. If you are traveling down the country road, whatever it is, and you see an aid station off to the side and it's not crewable, please be mindful that if you stop there, if you're parked illegally on the side, there's no curb for you to park. So if you're parked, then you are an obstruction to that road. And in so doing, you will disqualify your runner. So I just want to make sure that crews know. All of these crew rules are also in the crew guide. So I can kind of go over that a little bit, but I really just want to stress that runners, if you have crews, make sure that your crews are reading that crew guide, that they're aware of the rules and they know where they can and cannot go. Okay? Pacers can meet you guys starting at Black Canyon City. So mile 37 is where you can pick up a pacer for the very first time. That's going to be mile 37 or Table Mesa, mile 51, 55, 50-ish, 50, sure, 1. And it's going to be those 2 spaces for pacers. So pacers, all you need to know is that you can get your pacer bib. Look, I have one to show you. You can get this pacer bib at the expo. All you have to do is sign a pacer waiver, or you can pick it up race day, Black Canyon City or Table Mesa. Either one, we will have it ready for you. Please wear this on course. Otherwise, we need to know who you are. That's all. Okay, pacer rules. Here it is. Any race rules will also apply to pacers. So again, like no littering, all the things. Only 1 pacer per runner, and pacers again must be human, so no pets, no humans on bikes, no horses, things like that. No muling, which means essentially please don't carry your runner pack, don't carry their pulls, whatever they have on their person, they need to be responsible for. You are just there to pace. That is it. Okay. All right, let's talk about race timing and your bibs. When you get your bib, look, they're so pretty. Your 100K will get blue bibs. Your 60K will be orange bibs. On the back of these bibs will be, not these, but 2 chips. Please do not bend or crease or anything of those chips because it is imperative that those remain intact for race day. We want to make sure that your timing is accurate. So please don't crease or fold anything for race day. Alrighty. So 100K, 60K, and then we do have 33 wonderful human beings doing both 100K and 60K. It's just, they want all the fun. So I gave you a very, very pretty bib. It is blue and orange. You see what I did there? You know. You get it. All right. We will have live tracking 4 crews to kind of follow along to kind of like gauge where your runner is going to be. I will just stress that this is a remote course, and we are kind of, in a canyon, Black Canyon. It is named appropriately. So there are remote areas that we do not have service, but we will do our absolute best to make sure that you have live tracking during the day. Alrighty. Let's talk about aid stations. Again, shout out to my aid station ladies. They are absolutely incredible. Aside from like, I'm going to say it, like they cater these aid stations. It's amazing. But they are just geared up and ready to go. They've got all of the sweet and salty snacks, all the sodas, all the soups. They make grilled cheese and cheese quesadillas and roll-ups, and they serve you real food and snacky food. So, and we have goo gels. So all the nutrition that you could possibly look for, we've got it at our aid stations. If you have some kind of like dietary need or nutrition restriction, we do our best to have some of those options for you. So we do have some gluten-free options. We do have some vegan options as well. I hope I can say this, but we have this incredible aid station manager. Her name is Julie. She is making this avocado soup, which I adored last year. So she's going to do that again this year at Table Mesa. So look forward to that. These phenomenal. Anyway, here are your aid stations. There are 9 of them. Again, please love on all of my volunteers because they are supporting you over the weekend. They are giving up their time to support the community, to support the runners, to support Aravaipa, and we love them, love them, love them so much. So once you enter and exit the aid stations, please love on my volunteers. Please tell them thank you and applaud their efforts because they are the ones out there helping you get through this race as well. Yeah, so fun. All right. If you need to know the segments, if you need to kind of plan your graph for the aid station, it's going to be here on, I don't know what page this is, to be honest, 11. There you go. Segments, total mileage, whether your crew can be there or not, whether you'll have a drop bag there or not, all of the good information. Let's talk about shuttles. This should have been in the first, I don't know why. I'm going to talk about your shuttle tickets. Okay, if you have, again, not ordered a shuttle ticket, please do so now because they will not be available at the expo. Very important, I'll say it again. Shuttle tickets are not available at the expo. So please pre-purchase your shuttle tickets so that I know that I can account for a seat for you on the bus. Okay? The shuttles for the 100K are going to be picked up at Anthem. Here is a map. All of the shuttle participants can park within this area. We will have a little flag over here. We will have volunteers out there to show you where to park. Please do not park in the Anthem outlet parking over because that is open to the public. This is for our event, so please park here. In the morning, Anthem Outlets is actually opening their restrooms, and that's going to be located right here. So if you park in the parking lot and just follow straight across to this little opening right here, there's restrooms right here. They are flushable restrooms, the only ones that you'll get on course. So please take advantage in this luxurious moment before your race, and there you are. Okay, so like I said, we have 3 waves for Saturday for the 100K. We've got wave 1, 2, and 3. Here is when your buses are leaving. So we have several buses assigned. We will have volunteers. We will have staff there. So if you need to know which bus you need to get on based on your wave, they will guide you to said bus. Because these buses are then scheduled to leave very specifically at 5:40. It takes about 40 to 50 minutes based on traffic to get to Mayer High School. And then I'm trying to put you at Mayer High School 20 to 30 minutes before your wave. That way you can kind of, get your water, get your, go to the restroom, whatever it is you need to do pre-race, because that time does go fast and all of a sudden you're in the starting corral on the track and you're ready to go. So 30 minutes may seem long. I'm telling you right now, it goes really fast. Okay, so just pay attention when you are assigned your wave, when you check on your wave. This is when, if you are on the bus, this is when your buses arrive, when they leave, when they get to Mayer High School, and then when your race starts. Sunday, you only got one. Just pick a bus. 60K runners, just pick a bus. You got one wave, they'll all leave at the same time. I love it. Do you love it? I love it. Okay. Let's talk about the finish shuttle. I am very sorry that Emory Henderson Trailhead is not larger, but it is not. And so we are restricted and cannot have anyone park there. That way, anyway, we have devised for runners to park at Anthem and then be shuttled back to Anthem. Again, the bus ride from Emory to Anthem from that finish line is about 10 minutes. So we will have rolling buses for both crew and runners starting at 1 p.m. So crews looking to come to Emory to the finish line to watch their runner, those buses will start up at 1 p.m. at Anthem. It's the same location. So crews and spectators also parking in this whole lot. This is hours for the event. So you will park here. You'll jump on a bus. 10 minutes later, you are at the finish line to watch your runner come in. But absolutely no parking in Emory Henderson. Absolutely no parking on New River Road, which leads into Emory Henderson. Please do not do that. That is a very high traffic road where vehicles go very fast. And there's no shoulder for you to park anyway. So please don't do that. That's very dangerous. Don't do that. So please, this is a free shuttle for all crew, for all spectators, for all family, whatever it is, it's free. Please utilize it. And yeah, enjoy the day. Okay. You're also welcome to bring anything you want on that bus. So if you want to bring big foam fingers and chairs and coolers and an embarrassingly large cowboy hat, do that. I'm happy for it. I'm here for it. Just bring all the things. But there you go. We will have Freak Brothers at the finish line. So if you are interested in a little, we'll have pit fire there. We'll have, good lounges and pizza and all the things. So come and enjoy the festivities. Watch the very, very exciting race that will be the 100K golden ticket finishers for both men and women. If you take a look at the field, it is absolutely stacked. I'm so excited for it. So absolutely incredible athletes coming to this year. But yeah, that's the basis of it. Just come and have a great time for both runners and crew. Big shout out to the Black Canyon Trail Coalition. Once again, they are the ones responsible for building this trail, for maintaining this trail, and they are even continuing on building the trail north. So this 100K could possibly turn into 100 miles someday down the road, but it just shout out to them. If you are of a giving nature, you can go to the Black Canyon Trail Coalition and make a donation to them so that they can continue their work, because they are absolutely donation based. So everything that they do, all of the tools that they buy, even putting toilet paper at the trailheads at some of these areas where they're lucky enough to have pit toilets, that all comes out of the Black Canyon Trail Coalition. So yeah, just give them some love and donate if you can. All right. It is great folks. What else? What else do I have to tell you? We are presented by Hoka. Phenomenal. All the fun. Again, they have a shakeout run at 10 a.m. on Friday. They have an elite athlete panel. They have just all the goodness this year. So, yeah. Man, I love Hoka. Okay. Goo, going to be out there. Squirrel's Nut Butter is going to be running Bumblebee aid station once again. And absolutely, literally could save your booty if it needs, because chafing is a thing. And I would know. Okay. Really quick. And I'll wrap it up here. But if you guys have hung on this far, I appreciate you. Thank you for listening. I know that reading a very detailed guide is not for everyone. So if you just want to stick me in the background and listen to me while you're cooking or you're watching your kids or whatever it is, that's fine. I'm not offended. You don't have to watch it. You just have to kind of prepare yourself for race day. That's all this is. It's just all the information that I can possibly give you to make sure that you have an incredible experience on race day. So really quickly, for the cruise, you're going to get a lot of the same information, a little bit of the rules, all of the same information as far as like what aid stations you can be at, what aid stations you can't be at. Please follow those rules. Driving directions to each aid. So we've got driving directions to the Mayer High School for the start. You've got highlighted parking areas where you're allowed. You have driving directions from Mayer to your next crewable aid station, which is Bumblebee. So when you are crewing, make sure that you are parking in the highlighted areas. And yeah, phenomenal. Bumblebee to your next crewable aid station, which is Black Canyon City. I will say the fastest way to travel is going to be on that I-17 main freeway. So make sure you stick to that. Bumblebee to Black Canyon City. We've got this whole main area. You've got parking, main event parking all through this area. You've got Rock Springs. Here's our expo. Rock Springs is a good spot to grab a drink or a burger or anything like that. They also have a little pie shop here. I will email you guys some information as far as where to get a good coffee in the morning. We've got Norma Jean's in Black Canyon City, and they have an awesome little coffee cart and breakfast sandwiches starting at 6:30 on the weekends. So I will send that information as well to crews or to runners for the cruise. So if you guys want to kind of stay local, check out Norma Jean's. We've got Black Canyon City to Table Mesa. Table Mesa is a little bit off the highway, a little bit onto a dirt road as well. Please be mindful of the crewing parking, because we will have areas for you to park. But please note that there are a lot of people out here also utilizing dispersed camping, so they will be out there as well. It is a very busy area. We have a lot of recreational folks out there traveling around in OHVs. So this main highway, or this main road rather, does get very busy. So just make sure that crews, if you are traveling where there's trail crossings, to please slow down and make sure that you are aware of where those crossings are. We'll have signs out there for you. But here's your crew rules. Once again, please do not go to any of the other aid stations except for the aid stations that you're allowed to. Park in the designated areas. We've highlighted those for you. Slow down when you're approaching the aid stations, Bumblebee, Gloriana, Table Mesa, making sure that runners are safely crossing and that you're not flying past those trail crossings. Being self-sufficient on race day. I will give you as much information as I can as far as where to go, like little areas that you can support locally. Black Canyon City. There's a great pizza place called Benny's, by the way. But we will also have things at the finish line for you. We have pizza at the finish line. We have water, things like that. But please make sure that you as crews, as spectators, are self-sufficient, that you're wearing sunscreen just like runners would, because, it is the desert. We just want you to be able to take care of yourself as well. Parking, once again, not allowed at Emory. Please use the shuttle. It's absolutely free. Pacing, we kind of already went over those rules. Race day tracking, we also have our team bringing the entire race to you for the 100K live on race day. They will be in the studio rocking and rolling, and then out on the course as well, bringing you up-to-date action and as best we can, and it's really exciting to watch. So if you cannot make it to Black Canyon, if you have family or friends or whatever it is, if your neighbor John is like, hey, good luck at the race, you're like, you can watch it online. You can, and we will share that link on the website, so look out for that link, and then we'll also email it to all the runners before race day. That's it, guys. So please, if you have crew, if you have pacers, make sure that they are going through all of the rules, directions, whatever it is, in their crew guide. Runners, for you, just overview. Or you can, put this on in the background, listen to me before you fall asleep, so you can carry it into your subconscious as you dream. And yeah. We're almost there. We're getting ready. And I am very, very excited for this year. It's 10 years running on the Black Canyon Trail. This is such a cool year. And we're looking at really good weather. We are looking at an incredibly deep field, and it should be really, really exciting. So I can't wait for each one of you to be there, to start your journey in this Wild West of a race. And if I don't see you Friday, I will definitely see you at the start line on Saturday.